Welcome back to the STFU Moment Podcast. I'm Kristy, and I'm here with my gorgeous co-host, Akansha.
Hey everyone.
Last time we talked about collaboration and sisterhood, but this week we are talking about how lonely it can feel when you're an entrepreneur.
Oh, I feel like this is something that we need to talk about.
Oh, if you're feeling the isolation that can come as you're starting to build something, this episode is for you.
The thing about this is, Kristy, that it's so hard to build something when you're feeling that loneliness and that there's nobody that is cheering on you, or you're feeling that there is nobody. There's no instant gratification. And a lot of times moving through the hard steps can feel like a sign that you aren't meant to do this. But I promise you, we promise you that you're totally meant to do this. And isolation sometimes can get you, but you're so meant to do this.
Okay, Akansha, in all honesty, let's give our viewers a little inside behind the scenes of what a day in a life is like. So, what does each day, is it the same? Is it, I'm imagining it's a little different, but will you walk us through a day in a life of what you do?
Oh my God, Kristy. You really are putting me in the spotlight today, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
It is different, but it can also be very monotonous. Depends, and recently I've been learning this, that monotony doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. It's a sign of discipline.
Yes.
So I've been trying to schedule my day. By that, what I mean is every hour is dedicated to something, rather than doing everything by myself at the same time, because being someone who has ADHD, was recently diagnosed with ADHD, I used to get so overwhelmed with every single thing that I had to do. And my brain would be like, if I am studying, I'm only studying for the whole week. That's it.
Right.
Because I need to get this done. This is my priority, and I'm going to get it done. And I would not pay attention to the other things that were needed. But a few months earlier, my friend had actually told me this, that she scheduled her day. And I was like, what do you mean? Everyone has a schedule. What do you mean? And she told me, no, just schedule it. Every hour, put something. Get that Excel sheet. Put your goals down. This is an AI app. It's called Notion.ai that was recently brought to my attention. That write your tasks in it. It will make you so guilty if you do not finish those tasks that you will be on top of it. So I think that was one of my bigger struggles than the question of how my day looks like. It was how am I making my day look like. And right now it varies a lot, as you know. I have to go to Toronto.
You're in 3 different locations.
Very sound, and I have Cravenhurst, and on top of it, I'm looking for a part-time job. I have a full-time student. Just say that I'm not crazy, by the way.
Multifaceted.
I just like to not be stuck in one location. And I think Ayurveda is such a beautiful thing that has chosen me and has become such a huge part of my life, where I'm slowly integrating every little aspect of that Ayurveda. So I'm learning to wake up on time. I'm learning to meditate early in the morning. So before, when I wake up, I do not even touch my phone, besides turning the alarm off, but it's always like on the other side. So the light is not going into my eyes. I breathe in. I drink my bottle of water. I will meditate even for 2 minutes, if it is, just to kind of be thankful and showing gratitude, and then starting my day. I try to come to the store by 10:30, and 10:30 to 11 is me time. So no one's at my parents' restaurant, which is next door. I go make my way to there. I make me a coffee, and I enjoy that in quiet, with some mantras playing in my ear on my headphones. And then I have that weirdly, also I'm that kind of a person. Do not talk to me if I haven't had my coffee yet.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay. I love it.
So I like that quietness in the morning because nobody really talks to me. Because my family is also very quiet in the morning.
That's fair. That's fair.
So after like 11, I'll go see my nephew to cheer me up for the coming day. And then I come to the store. I prep for my client. I will, if there's no client, I would put on a lecture, see how can I schedule my day, what are my priorities, what is needed to be done today. Is there a script? Is there something that I need to do for STFU? Is there some content that I need to make for my businesses? What does that look like? So every day is similar but very different in the way I work around. Besides till I have my coffee, that is period. Like, but every day after that is very different, and I love it. And I'm trying, as I said, the monotony of scheduling my day, seeing the priority and what is needed to be done, rather than focusing on the negative. I like to focus on the positivity of the day and how can I turn it around. And I have been loving that.
Similar to you, I love having projects, like ongoing projects going on at all times, or at the same time, I should say. So for me, I like to plan my days by the month. And the way I do that is each month, especially for the online studio and like content, like I choose like my themes or like my message that I want to portray for the month. And then everything else, it goes in accordance with whatever that is. So I kind of go broad and then I hone it in. Each day looks absolutely different. Whether I'm teaching in person, teaching online, it really just depends. But when I have those like days where there's no clients, my priorities are my writing, my social media, like content creation, like kind of like admin work, like behind the scenes. Like I kind of like stick to myself those days, but every day looks different, and I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if it's like an Aries energy. I don't know enough about that stuff, but for me, like I will schedule something and then within like by lunchtime, my vision's changed. So then I'm like pivoting in something else. But I think much to your point of like scheduling your days, I make my list of things that I need to get done, and then on a day-to-day basis, I will work on, okay, if this thing's going to take me a week to make, today I'm working an hour on it. If I have something that's like quick, I just need to make a post or I need to edit a video, like I do that until it's done. Like I don't move until it's done. So it depends on what the task is, if I can do for an hour or if I do it in its entirety because of the batching that I've done. I like to say that I really used to be the one that was like up at 5 a.m. I haven't been up at 5 a.m. prior to, I think it was April of last year. My sleep schedule went completely out the window due to like deadlines that I was like staying up extra late for my book to try and get done. So my day kind of starts more so around 7, and then I'll get up and I'll like take care of my animals. I'll like make like my lunch for the day for me and my partner, and then once she's out the door, then I'll be like, okay, now it's me time. So then that's when I'll sit with like my coffee or my hot water and lemon, and I'll read or I'll listen to a podcast or just something to get me on track for like getting in that presence. I've been really honing in on being present in everything I do, which really helps with that lack of motivation some days. It's like, okay, let's just start with this one thing and then we'll move through. So it's kind of like you said, like every day is different depending on what the priorities are, what is kind of on the agenda for the week, the month, and then I just move through it in that way. But I really have to take it one thing at a time, or like you said, get overwhelmed, get overstimulated. Well, and before I was so overwhelmed with all the things that I wanted to do and create and had to like put out that I would get into like overstimulation paralysis, where it would be a freeze state and nothing would get done. So I feel like I've come a long way.
No, I hear you. That's also talking about high functioning women. You know, a lot of us, we don't realize we're so high energy and like so much overstimulated by everything. And the fact that we need to do this by ourselves, we don't have a team, that also affects, like, we're at a quite an early stage of our business. We're building it. You know, we don't have that big of a team like you do have a you. You do have someone to work with now, but you didn't have them earlier. So that high functioning mindset that I have to get it done also comes in. Like for me, I'm also realizing that I cannot do this by myself. I'm a team of people. But you know, it's also the fact that I want you to know that if you don't have a team, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of other things that play a role into it: finances, your mental sanity, and everything. So it's okay if you don't have it, like one step at a time, and you know, just breathing in, choosing that one thing to do. And even if you cannot do that one thing, that's okay.
Well, and let's talk about the biggest thing that this loneliness brings in Soloprenneurship, Akansha. Let's talk about doubt, because that's really what comes up a lot of the time, don't you think?
I do think, and it kind of also goes back into the last episode that we shot, which was sisterhood versus competition. Because again, when you're solopreneur, when you're doing everything by yourself, the doubt is supposed to come in. And on top of it, if you add on that the support not being there from family, the support not being there from friends or anything that you can really rely on, and it's just you and your overthinking mind that is questioning every single thing because you're not in a rest mode. Your mind is pacing and you're not regulated at all, and you're in that survival mode constantly. That can put so much pressure on you, because then you're doubting, is my content okay? Am I doing something wrong? What if I do this and this switches around? And then your mind goes into loop and loop and loop where, oh, I don't have a strategy. Oh, I have this strategy. Let me change my strategy because this is what online this person talked about in the video that I saw. And there's such a pool of people online telling you how to run your business, how to be strategic about it, how to gain followers, how to do everything. But my love, just breathe. Just breathe. And I want to put this out so clearly that there might be a pool of people out there, and I've been there. I've followed people to a T where my brain would just be like, oh, I need to do this. But my strategy is this. Now I'm changing it because, again, I'm in survival mode. What is the priority in the moment? The priority is for you not to gain followers. It's to get clients. And the clients will come when you let go of that fear. Because clients can sense when you're in doubt. Because it comes up in your confidence, the lack of confidence. And the way you speak, the way your body is reacting, the way your mind is so confused. So what are those things that you can do in that moment? It is talking to yourself. And if you can invest into the marketing, like I recently invested in a person who does marketing. And I haven't had the clarity of my mind up till now about what am I doing, because this person flat out told me, Akansha, you're not hustling the way other people are hustling. You're imagining $100 million coming into your account, but I need you to move. This is your strategy, but you keep on changing your strategy every day because you're watching it online. Online, people can do whatever they want to do, but they're not the ones running their business. You're the one. So we need to focus on one idea. And focus on it. Don't expect anything to happen. Because, again, it's not about followers. It's about who that follow converting into sales. And that's what matters when you're in a business. When that doubt really comes in, that's the important time that's when the sisterhood also becomes very important. Because you need people in your life to tell you, okay, calm down. Let's breathe. What is going in your head? Let's talk about it. Okay, why do you feel this way? I'm there to support you, but I need you to know that you're absolutely being insane in this moment.
Right.
This is not going to happen. Giving that reality check, but in a good way.
Yeah.
In a constructive criticism way. So that also really matters, like your surroundings, your friends, your following, what content you're seeing, what you're consuming, the colors, everything plays such a huge role. So for me, I like to look into myself a lot nowadays. I will write my thoughts down. I will talk to myself. Be like, okay, is this really important? This is not. But that didn't happen until now. So my question to you would be, what do you do in that moment of doubt?
Well, what I do when I feel like my confidence waning, or like I'm so stuck in what that feels like loneliness, like I have the whole thing just like it's on me, because the reality of it is right now, like it is on me. Like I am the one either moving this forward or I'm staying stagnant. So I think the biggest thing, especially we're talking about sisterhood, but when you don't have that yet, like the motivation to go forward can be hard in those early stages where you don't have your network or you don't have your sisterhood. The thing you want to get clear on is your belief in your vision, your why. Why are you doing the things you are doing? If you're doing it solely for views, if you're doing it solely for followers, like you're not going to maintain that growth. You're not going to want to show up for yourself. It's going to feel very daunting. But if your vision and your belief is something to the effect of impact, or you want to show up for yourself, like that's a different level of confidence, like where you're standing strong. Because if you're starting a business just because like you want to make extra money, but you don't have any value or you don't have any something to like stand on, then of course you're not going to feel motivated to do the thing, because your why isn't big enough, or your why isn't as significant to you enough. So I think when you're lonely and like you're building this thing and it's just you, just like a one person army, then you have to get really really clear on what the vision is, and don't let it falter, don't let it shift, don't change it because somebody else is here has had success with something. Keep your vision and you can modify, you can evolve, of course you can, but don't change it because you see somebody else being successful with it. Stay true to your belief in your vision.
So correct me if I'm wrong. It's about not like copying paste the other person's model, but creating and being inspired from that and creating a true authentic version of your business the way you want to lead it.
Yeah, because I think if you're trying to copy someone else, where's the motivation gonna come from? Of course you're gonna feel lonely, because you're gonna see that reflected back to you as somebody's succeeding at the same thing you are, or the same thing you're trying, and then you're gonna feel like, oh, this isn't for me. This isn't meant for me.
So I would also like to add that let the other person's success be a motivating factor to your journey, not something that demotivates you.
Yeah, when we talk about entrepreneurship being isolating, let it be 6 months of isolation. Let it be quiet. It doesn't need to get loud overnight. Get so clear and so, because motivation doesn't come just out of the air. Like motivation comes when you start, when you keep moving, when you take the next step. You have this list of things to do. You pick one thing off the list and do it for 20 minutes or do it for an hour. Like that's where the motivation comes from.
I also want to add something to this, to the fact that you said like let the isolation be there for 6 months or for whatever time period that you feel is necessary for you. It's okay to go quiet on socials too.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can rebuild it. Be the phoenix that you need to be. Emerge from the ashes again. Modify yourself. It's okay to not post content. There's this ideology for businesses or on social media, this expectations that you need to post 7 times a week. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And if you're not feeling motivated enough to do it, it's okay.
Yeah.
You can always restart
when
you have that. So be clear with your vision, be clear with your business plan, be clear with your strategies in that time period that you're taking the time off. and be innovative.
When motivation gets hard or when you don't feel like showing up for yourself, beyond the belief and beyond the vision, what is something that you do, Akansha, that is non-negotiable for you in not even just your business, but at like how you show up every day? Something that the listeners can take away.
Don't let the opinions of others judge or cloud your vision.
Right.
I think that's one of the things that is a non-negotiable for me, where if you do not matter to me, I will not take your words to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I will meditate. I will find my peace. I will do something creative.
Mm-hmm.
I will build something in the store. I would clean. I would do something or the other. And if none of that is available, I go back into doing my studies, because that brings me that peace and discipline for the day. As an Ayurvedic practitioner, that education is so important for me to know about something or the other, learning that, showing it to people. And also, one thing that I'm learning is grounding myself every day. You know, as small and simple as oiling my feet every night.
Yeah.
That helps. You don't realize but how much it helps you calm down and ground.
Yeah.
And helps you let go of everything throughout the day. And meditation, whenever I'm feeling low, I will put on some mantras or something that will really help me calm and clear my vision. And sometimes it is also a head massage that I would give to myself. I think it really does matter. And weirdly enough, I was reading this and it made so much sense to me. A lot of times we're dehydrated. Our brain is made up of 75% water. And imagine that dehydration is showing up as lack of energy, brain fog.
Yeah.
Am I regulated? Am I not regulated? Have I had my water today? It might not be 5 liters, but I still need to put 3 liters of water in my system, you know, slowly adding those things. Have I nourished myself with good food?
Yeah.
Because earlier I would completely forget to have meals. I wouldn't have my lunch. I would have coffee instead. But now that I'm adding food, oh my god, I'm such a different person after having food.
Imagine that.
So that, and then honestly, it's going to sound very repetitive, but having that sisterhood, having people to rely on, and calling them and telling them that, hey, I am feeling this kind of way. Just help me come out of this slump for a moment. And it doesn't even have to be a call. Sometimes it's just a text message. And as a business owner, as a solopreneur, I find it so amazing to have friends who are solopreneurs, who are on the same journey, because those people will light you up and back you up like no one else has ever done it, because they understand it. So surrounding yourself with community has become one of the most amazing things that I've done. I want to know, as a mentor, as a yogic, as an author, when you have those challenging moments, be it in writing where you don't know, there's a blockage, or you're feeling some certain way, how do you take that challenge and how do you turn it around?
It really depends on what the challenge is. If my mind is loud, I usually turn to movement. If my mind is stuck on one thought in particular, I journal. But the biggest thing for me, and again, it's probably going to sound repetitive, it's just practicing this idea of presence. Because when your mind is so focused on the task at hand or just so focused at being here, and it could be anything. So if you're not writing or typing, it could literally be just sitting in your chair, feeling your feet on the ground, feeling your palms against the arms of the chairs, and noticing the breath come in and out, because your mind can't focus on all these things at once and not feel safe. But if it can bring it back to just this moment, in this moment, I'm safe, I have everything I need, then you can come back to that idea of like, hey, what is the next thing? So for me, it's finding that presence over and over again. Sometimes it takes me like 30,000 times to come back. I have to keep bringing myself back, especially on the noisy brain days and the days that I feel like nobody's seeing my content and I'm not having no new signups, or who the heck is going to listen. Like whatever the story is about the loneliness in entrepreneurship, I have to come back to a presence. So whatever is going to get me present, whether it be that movement, whether it be the breath, whether it be journaling, or just sitting with myself for 30 seconds, I need to come back to the here and now.
Honestly, that kind of reminds me. I remember us having this conversation early December, and we were just talking about meditation and how you practice meditation, how I practice meditation. And you said something that I've, tied a knot around my heart, and I do it every time I practice meditation. Is, Akansha, whenever a thought is coming, before letting it go, ask why it's coming. And that has also made such a huge difference.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's not always about letting go. It's about, okay, I am going to listen to why this thought chose to enter my brain right now in this moment. What does it need to tell me? And how can I reflect upon it? And then finally understanding and then letting go.
Yeah.
So I think in those moments, as to people who are holistic in certain ways, that does help. And I hope you guys can try to this way and see how that helps.
Well, because what you're doing is when that thought comes up, it's not, especially for someone who has an anxious mind. The reason I said that is the anxious mind, it convinces me that this thought is truth. And that, so say the thought is like, entrepreneurship is so lonely and isolating, this isn't meant for me, like I can't do this. When I process that thought, what is that thought, why is that thought coming up? Because I can't just let it go because it wants to return. Like the ego wants to hang on to it so bad. So I kind of think of it like this, like when you are like a paper shredder, like if the paper comes across your desk and it's no longer needed or it's not relevant and you just throw it away, that paper is still whole. It's being recycled, but it's still whole. But if first you put it through the shredder, dismantle it, and then throw it away, you can reuse it as like shavings, or like I usually donate them to like the USPCA for like little rabbit shavings, but anyways, but you put it through the shredder and it's dismantling it, so it's no longer whole, and then you let it go. Not work with, like, it might be easy for people to like let a thought go just simultaneously, but for me, when I can break it down and I can question it and I can almost take away the power and give my power back to letting it go, it just feels simpler and it feels easy and it feels good.
So that also reminds me of this activity that people can do. And when I was learning EFT, emotional functional field therapy, we were taught to ask why.
Yes.
Why? Okay, this is this. Okay, but why? This is this. And until you come down to the exact truth, keep on asking yourself the why. It might sound weird in the moment, but remember, you can lie to others, but not yourself. You know the reality.
Yes.
So in those moments when you're trying to shred everything and take the power away, strip away the truth. Yeah.
No, that's exactly it. And we just want to invite you guys to find a practice that works, that gives you that edge, even when there's no validation, no instant gratification, and it feels like you are in that isolation and no one's cheering you on.
And we also want you to know that whenever that loneliness creeps in, trust in what you're craving and keep going, and check and listen to our last podcast on sisterhood versus competition to get more tips. And as always, if this episode resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, send it to someone that might need to hear this, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like and share. Until next time.